Hi everyone, this is Shayna Hiller from Build Your Personal Yoga Business, and today we're going to explore how long your online yoga class should be. And the first thing I'm going to tell you is that there's no such thing as should. Now you may think to yourself, well, an online yoga class is an hour long, because if you look online at many of the yoga offerings that are out there right now, you'll see they're between 45 minutes and an hour. So I've noticed that for a full-on practice, a hatha vinyasa type of practice, or whatever type style of asana that you teach, an hour seems to be the going rate for a yoga class. When I was teaching yoga in person in yoga studios, I was teaching 75 minutes to 90 minutes. I was also practicing 90 minutes, and there is absolutely a difference between teaching in person and teaching online, whether it's people's attention span, practicing from home, having other obligations, and they can really only squeeze in that amount of time, being able to stay home. I think it's wonderful to be able to offer an hour-long yoga class, even if that's shorter, for example, than what you normally teach. In addition to that, I've seen many yoga teachers struggling with all of the screen time, and I'm here to let you know that you can actually teach for less time. You can teach a 30-minute class. You can teach a 10-minute class. I have taught various beginner series that are a series of 10 or 15 or 20-minute classes that are a wonderful way to get people who perhaps aren't even into yoga yet to start a practice, because some people do not have an hour to spare. And so to offer something, and it doesn't even have to be asana. It can be breathing, pranayama. It can be meditation. It can be yogic tips, right? Any type of wisdom or guidance. You can break down a specific posture, or break down inversions or transitions or aspects of sequences, such as, I don't know, a get up and flow sun salutation class that's 5 or 10 minutes long. These are very valuable nuggets, easily digested by people, and you don't know until you know. There is a market out there. Not only is this type of content highly valuable for people in the virtual world, but it also is going to reduce your overall screen time, which is going to afford you a lot more space in your brain to think of new content, to stay creative, and also to really monitor your self-care. Because since all of this transition happened to virtual yoga, I know for myself, I instantaneously just went to the screen, and I'm like, I'm just going to teach as much yoga as I can on screen. And honestly, after 2 weeks of teaching 3 to 4 classes per week of online yoga, which is nothing compared to how much I was teaching in person, I was feeling a little bit burnt out. And it wasn't just because I didn't understand Zoom or I didn't understand the tech. It's just because energetically it was very, very different for me. Now, this may or may not be you, and there's different ways of staying balanced while teaching yoga online. The main point that I want you to know is, first of all, honor what's true for you and know there is always a way. So I've been talking about acuity scheduling over the past few months because I have to say, during the past few months, I have been learning and embracing technology to the best way I know how. And that's why I like sharing Acuity with you, because not only is it a wonderful way to schedule your classes, to receive payment for your classes in advance, but Acuity allows you the option of creating a shorter duration class. So for example, you can have a link that you send to your people, to your students, that has a list of your weekly classes. So say, for example, you're offering a 5-minute meditation for the morning, a 10-minute midday work stretch, an hour-long yoga class 3 days a week or 2 days a week, and then a 20-minute wind down at the end of the day. You can have this structure and this schedule, all these different durations of classes in your schedule. They can each have different price points. Now, let's talk about the pricing for a second, because you may say, oh wow, well, how do I charge for that? Do I just do donations? Well, another amazing brand new feature of Acuity is that you can actually set a base price, different prices for different offerings, right? If a 5-minute class, maybe it's $5, maybe it's $2, maybe it's $10. You know, I've been researching the yoga market in terms of what people are charging for online classes, and there is a wide range of people doing free classes, donation-based. I've seen $30 per hour-long class set fee. So is there one right answer? To me, it's a personal choice. But if you do have that desire to actually earn more income through sharing your magic in this way, Acuity offers offers you an option that, in my opinion, is right in between the donation model and having a set fee for your class. So say you have a set base rate and people can pay more than that if they want. So it's somewhere, again, in between donation and a set rate. It's called the Pay What You Want feature. It's brand new on Acuity. So that's also something that you can utilize to stay balanced, stay prosperous during this time, especially if you're not sure if you want to charge or how much to charge, and you can test it out that way. Another beautiful option right now during this time to conserve your energy, to stay balanced, is not only to offer classes in a shorter amount of time, whether it's meditation, breath work, a shorter asana class, because people love, I will say, I've done a lot of online content, people love 30-minute classes. They love 5-minute classes, and I've even done 3-minute classes. I know it works though. If people want something, and in my humble opinion, something is better than nothing, especially when it comes to yoga, because yoga is now, and as long as you are helping people get present and get into their bodies and get into their breath, time is irrelevant. So another option to help you conserve your time and energy to stay balanced mentally, emotionally, so that you're not burning yourself out on the screen, is to create pre-recorded content. Whether you teach a couple or a few live classes per week, make sure that you save those classes. Make sure that you download those classes and then have them somewhere handy, and you can charge money for those in the future. You can also create pre-recorded content on your own from home or renting out a studio and have that for sale on your website. You can also directly sell your pre-recorded content using Acuity scheduling. So it's another way to monitor how much energy you are spending in front of the screen. So if there's any overarching theme to this video, it's first and foremost, you do not have to be teaching live hour-long classes multiple times per day, every single day of the week, in order to make a living as an online yoga teacher. That is first and foremost. Last week or 2 weeks ago, I spoke about adding virtual retreats and workshops to your yoga teaching repertoire. That's to build your confidence. That's to step outside of the box. That also perhaps would create more screen time, but also more income, so that you can actually compartmentalize that into one segment and then have some space and time for yourself. Right? Have some space and time. Start thinking about pre-recorded content, because pre-recorded content does not require you to be physically present every single time someone is watching your material. You record it once and then you actually start to receive passive income. People can purchase your yoga products while you're sleeping. You wake up in the morning and wow, someone else bought it, right? So this is something to start thinking about, and honestly, there is a great value in shorter class times. A 5-minute meditation, you can sell a 5-minute meditation, right? If your desire is to grow your yoga business. So this is all about getting creative, thinking outside of the box, having a plan, having some structure. And I strongly recommend Acuity scheduling, because you can do all of this within Acuity scheduling. You can schedule your classes, your live classes. You can schedule them anytime, any amount of time that you want, receive payment beforehand, set a base rate and allow people to pay what they desire, that rate or higher. You can also have links to your pre-recorded content that people have to pay for in advance of gaining access to your content. Now is the time to thrive, my friends. Now is the time to continue sharing your magic, learning what it takes to really get yourself out there in a mindful way that, again, is respecting your own energy, so that you have the time and space and the clarity, right? I mean, I thought in the beginning that my blue blocker glasses, you know, those glasses that are supposed to kind of create a barrier between the EMF, the harmful rays of the computer, I thought that my little blue blockers were going to save the day, but they didn't, and I found myself getting a bit overwhelmed with all the screen time. So be gentle with yourselves and be smart with how you are going about these times right now virtually. It's a beautiful thing to learn. To me, the journey of learning the virtual world is a meditation in and of itself. You have what it takes, one step at a time. Keep creating, keep going. The world needs your light more now than ever. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave that in a comment below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and check out the links below for more helpful resources to set up Acuity scheduling, as well as some more resources that I have for you to help you along the way of growing your yoga business. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you very soon, I'm sure. Namaste.